Now let's go over some examples of telling time. Before getting into details, I want you to know that there are 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. Okay. Now, the first example in our session today is 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. How can we tell that it's 1 o'clock? Again, we read the shorthand first. When we look at the analog clock, we will see where does the shorthand point. It's pointing to the 1. And the long hand, where does it point? It points to the 12. So, as I said before, when the long hand, which is the minute hand, is pointing to 12, we say that it's o'clock. O'clock. Or, in the digital clock, it's going to be 2 zeros. Okay? So we are going to write the hour first, then the minutes. When the long hand is pointing to the 12, the minutes is going to be 2 zeros. We're going to write in the digital clock 2 zeros. Okay? So the time is 1 o'clock. It's exactly 1. Quarter past 1. Pay attention to quarter and past. This is quarter past 1. When do we say quarter past? When the long hand is pointing to the 3, this is the long hand, it's pointing to the 3, we say quarter. What do we say? We say quarter, okay? When the shorthand is pointing between the 1 and the 2, we do not choose 2, we choose 1, okay? The time is 1 and 15 minutes, okay? This is the digital clock, and this is the analog clock. When I want to write it in a digital clock, I'm going to write 1 hour, because we write the hour first, then the minutes. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay? Again, when do I say quarter? Past, quarter past, when the long hand, which is the minute hand, is pointing to the 3. I say quarter past. Okay? 1, not 2. Pay attention to this. 1 hour and 15 minutes. So the time is, again, 1 hour, because we write the hour first, then the minutes. The third example is half past. What do we mean by half past? Half past means that half an hour has passed. It means that the long hand is pointing to the 6. Okay? Is pointing to the 6. Look here, the minute hand is pointing to the 6. And the short hand is between 1 and 2. When it's between 1 and 2, we say that it's 1:30. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Again, if the shorthand is pointing between 2 numbers, we take the hour that is before the shorthand, not after. This is before it and this is after it. No, we say 1. Okay? 1 hour and 30 minutes. 30 minutes means that half an hour has passed. It means also that the long hand is pointing to the 6. Okay? So we say half past 1. The last example in today's session is quarter to 2. When do we say quarter to, not quarter past? We say it when the long hand is pointing to the 9. Okay? And we are not going to say 1 anymore. No, it's 2. Why? Because the long hand is pointing to the 9. If the long hand reached to the 6, okay? I mean, if the long hand passed the 6, so we're not going to say 1 anymore. We're going to say 2, okay? Whatever 2. Okay, quarter to 2. So we say quarter in both cases. If the long hand points to the 3, or if it's pointing to the 9. Okay, if it's pointing to the 3, we say quarter past, and if it's pointing to the 9, we say quarter to 2. Okay, we do not say 1 anymore. As I said, we say that the time is quarter to 2. And this is the digital fashion, which is 1 and 45 minutes. If the long hand is pointing to the 9, we say 1 and 45 minutes. 1 hour and 45 minutes has passed, because the time for it to be 2 o'clock, just 15 minutes left for the time to be 2 o'clock. And we will get into more details in the upcoming session, so you will understand this more. Now we've reached to the end of today's session. In the next session, we are going to know more about telling time. Don't worry, okay? Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.